Hello again and welcome to my channel. I'm Bella Payne, a music teacher with over 20 years teaching experience, over 30 years performance and practice and studying experience, a lifelong student dedicated to music and spreading all that I know about it to whoever wants to listen. Thank you for being here. And this week I'm focusing on performance tips. My students are performing in recitals starting this week, and I thought it would be a good chance to share all the tips I could think of on how to give a good performance. It's interesting, the thing about performing, you can spend hours and hours practicing on your own, sounding fantastic, and then as soon as you get in front of an audience, what happens? What happened? I know, and I experience this even in the lessons where my students will get so frustrated. They'll play for me, mess up, and they'll go, I don't understand, I played it perfectly. Well, I've already released a few videos on things you can do to deal with stage fright, nervousness, jitters, the feeling of being observed, which I have not made a video yet on that topic, but I will very soon. Today, what I want to talk about is a performance tip on how to express yourself. And believe it or not, this is related to what I was just talking about. Dealing with stage fright is scary, and it has a lot to do with being so focused on the audience staring at you. We live in a world where we're not supposed to show certain vulnerabilities. The idea of showing up to school without any clothes on is a common nightmare. Why is it a nightmare? Because we're so literally exposed in the dream, so humiliated. The last thing we want to do is be vulnerable in front of other people because we're afraid that they will negatively judge us and that there will be consequences. But the thing about performing is that you have to learn how to be comfortable with being vulnerable in front of an audience. You have to be okay with the idea that there might be some people who don't like you. There might be some people who see your vulnerabilities and they don't like it. But it's a risk worth taking if you believe in what it is that you're trying to do. In this case, we're talking about playing an instrument. Musicians must be vulnerable in front of their audiences, or else guess what? It's boring. Music without emotion is boring. Ask any music fan and they will tell you. The secret to being a good musician is having a lot of feeling. So here's my tip for you today. In order to get in touch with this feeling expression, which based on what I've witnessed, a lot of people who are starting out are either not comfortable showing emotion or they just don't know how. If you're in the latter category where you just don't know how, here is the tip. Think about reacting. Think about how you react to emotion in your day-to-day life. Let's say you are hanging out with a friend who you love hanging out with, and they say something funny. How do you react? You laugh. You don't think about it, you just react. You have a natural reaction. And what happens to your body when you laugh? Your stomach muscles clench up, release a little bit, your body shakes, your throat opens up. All kinds of things are happening in your body when you are reacting to something funny. Let's take another emotion, like anger. What if someone's yelling at you? What if someone is saying mean things to you? Well, you're going to have a reaction to that too, aren't you? You might tighten up in your shoulders. Your fists might clench up. You might go into a fight or flight feeling. You might feel your heart start to race. Everyone's reaction is going to be a little bit different in that case, obviously, based on prior experiences to being yelled at. But no doubt we all have a reaction to it. Now with music, it's the same thing. Just consider your favorite piece of music, the kind of music, the music that you always have an emotional experience with. In fact, you might even want to listen to it right now and pay attention to the way you react physically and the way you react emotionally. You might feel sentimental. You might feel sad. You might feel angry. all these emotions have different feelings in the body. So pay attention to what they feel like. Now, here's what you do to put it into your music. The thing about playing an instrument is we can approach it in a very mechanical way, meaning put your fingers on the piano, push these fingers down, hold your fingers like this, sit up like this, count to this number. Okay, hit it this hard, hit it this soft. That's a very mechanical way to do it. If you want to take it to the next level with your expression, what you have to do now is you have to listen very carefully to what it is you're playing and let yourself react. It's very easy, actually. You only have to allow yourself to do it. So when you're playing, just start with something short if you want to just do this as an exercise. Play through it and practice being 100% focused on the sound. And allow yourself to react internally, react emotionally, not thinking. If you start analyzing it, you've missed the whole point. This is not about thinking with our conscious mind. This is about reacting organically, naturally, not censoring yourself. So you play through this piece of music while listening and allowing yourself to react. What you're going to notice is that you sound different. What's happening is whatever is happening in your body physically because of your emotional reaction to the music is feeding the sound of your instrument. And it's going to make you sound different. It's going to make you sound better. I would bet money on that one. Record yourself if you don't believe me. If you can't tell, record yourself. See if you can hear a difference in your sound. Ask somebody to listen to, somebody you trust. You have to be very careful when you ask for feedback. Don't ask for feedback from anybody who you suspect doesn't really want you to succeed. Make sure it's somebody who you really trust. But this is a very simple technique, and it's not as easy as it sounds because we do live in a time where we're heavily distracted and we are overly analytical. We are way too left brain, and we tend to just overthink and overanalyze everything. Words, words, words. They will not help you. What will help you is getting in touch with your heart, with your emotions. Play the music. Be present and listen, and allow yourself to have an emotional reaction. It's really that simple. You just have to practice it. If you found this helpful, then please do me a favor and subscribe to my channel, like the video, and leave a comment. If you have a lot of experience with expressing yourself through music, please share it in the comments below. I'm currently trying to get my place in the algorithm up since I've been on a hiatus for many years. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you in the next one.